We are here with Brian Kesinger in the wonder of WonderCon.
It's wonderful.
We've been calling it Comic-Con Light.
Yes.
Because we get to enjoy sort of a small con experience. But there's
Nice.
still some pretty great talent around here.
Really?
Yeah, and you're one of them. You are the artist of Walking Your Octopus, and several more books coming about Walking Your Octopuses. And we've seen some cosplay inspired by your character. Can you talk about it a little bit for people who might not be familiar with the book?
Yeah, it's a guidebook to domesticated cephalopods. So it tells you all the do's and don'ts of bringing a pet octopus into your home, which is very important these days. They're kind of the new boutique pet, if you will. So this book kind of shows you all the ins and outs.
And it's centered on Victoria.
She's kind of the leader of the Octo-Victorian movement, which is definitely steampunk inspired with a little bit of a maritime feel. And she's kind of the octopus whisperer, if you will. So this book kind of chronicles her journey with Otto the octopus.
Tell me about her journey a little bit, if you could.
Well, it's been a difficult one, but a fun one. You know, the more you take care of your octopus, the more it takes care of you, eightfold, in fact. So she's learned a lot, and definitely we've just finished the initial one, which takes place of bringing an octopus into your home. The next book will be Traveling with Your Octopus, which is around the world in 80 tentacles. So it teaches you all the kind of social etiquette, cultural etiquette that octopuses need in each country that they go to.
I have somewhat of a newbie question.
Yes.
I have friends who are steampunk aficionados, but I am myself not in that subculture, though I admire it. How did octopuses get so intertwined with steampunk?
Well, I think we can thank Jules Verne for that. I think definitely 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and the giant squid that attacks the submarine. Certainly that sort of imagery helps and fits in the time period. There's also the work of like Lovecraft and the Cthulhu mythology that really kind of feeds into that. So there's a little literary references, but also at the time, if you think about Victorian England, octopuses were still kind of questioned. They were kind of the Bigfoot of the age. They weren't exactly known as, are they real or are they fantasy? So they were kind of the go-to monster of that time period.
See, like mermaids and stuff of today.
Exactly.
You've also worked as, or you're still working as a story artist for Disney. Now, what is a story artist? I kind of thought it was storyboard. I'm probably very wrong.
No, you're very close. The distinction at Disney is they say we're story artists and not storyboard artists, in that we're not just drawing the individual panels. We are actually helping craft the story, helping create the characters, writing the script in some cases, as I did, helped with story on Winnie the Pooh. So I think that's the difference to some of the storyboard that you see coming out of live action and other television animated studios.
Which movies did you work on for Disney, and which is your favorite?
Well, my first one was Tarzan, and that was in '96, and I think that one is still my favorite, just because it was my first one, and it was kind of a dream come true working with those guys. Got to work with a lot of idols. I've worked on pretty much every movie since, and I think my second favorite is Wreck-It Ralph, because I'm a pretty big gamer nerd, so to work on a Disney movie that had Sonic the Hedgehog in it was kind of a dream come true.
So let's talk from just the particular of Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
How much say do you get to get on maybe putting in little jokes or Easter eggs or what have you?
Yeah. Well, luckily the director, Rich Moore, was a bigger nerd than I was, so he was shoving more Easter eggs than we could keep up with. But yeah, it was definitely fun putting all that stuff in and getting it across. And definitely in animation, there's lots of room in hand-drawn animation to sneak a lot of stuff in. You might look at Atlantis again and see where I snuck R2-D2 into some of the backgrounds on that one.
And now you're working on movies that you're technically not allowed to talk about coming up on Disney.
Yes, my official statement is I'm working on Big Hero 6, which is inspired by a Marvel franchise, which again, much like Wreck-It Ralph, is now I get to work on a Disney and a Marvel movie at the same time. So that one's really cool, and it takes place in a very cool world, which is a blend of Tokyo and San Francisco, otherwise known as San Fransokyo. Yeah, yes. Obviously. Yes. Yeah.
And So you worked on the first Marvel and Disney crossover. I'm saying maybe Star Wars isn't out of the question in the future.
There's no official announcement yet, obviously, but it would be awesome. I would be first in line for that one.
Yeah.
We were all very excited when that announcement came through the building.
Well, there's a huge amount of possibilities now with Lucasfilm, with Marvel, and all these great things that we all love.
Yes. Yes, exactly. The ultimate mashup is at our disposal.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to that if it ever happens. Obviously, we're all going to freak out.
Fingers crossed.
And Secret 6, we also have Walking Your Octopus, Traveling with Your Octopus, Time Traveling with Your Octopus.
Who'd you know? Who'd you talk to?
I hear things.
Damn you, Internet.
All right. Thanks, Brian. It was a pleasure. And we'll look for all your stuff coming out soon or now.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.